So, what's up, y'all? I'm playing Maden. I hope you know I'm playing Maden 23, yeah. Yeah. Go ball. Feel. Oh. I didn't have the cap space to get him. These are free agency. Yeah. God.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Got all the rings. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here with villain, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got J.C. Jackson, who's really putting up incredible numbers all season. 11 interceptions so far. It's the Chargers and the Bills, and it's coming up next.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the
105.
The beautiful SoFi
Stadium in Inglewood.
Today we've got an
Good old California.
matchup on tap between the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Chargers.
One of the best states in the nation. For many reasons.
Brandon Gardner alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Chargers coming into play. Their offense is one that doesn't rely too heavily on just one guy. They like to spread things around as best they can.
You're right about that. It's a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
Forget about the 23 interceptions. Forget about the 23 interceptions. Focus on the 17 touchdowns. That's impressive.
The ball soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. They run again with Harris. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Herbert.
Gotcha.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards in the first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Yeah, Herbert. That's what I'm talking about, Herbert. Running, boy.
First and 10.
I'm talking about Justin Herb. They ain't gonna let me do it again. Oh.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun.
Oh, my.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert.
Oh, my.
Tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing.
Shut up.
His game. That's how the
Okay, so what's the point of them talking?
Too many interceptions. Can he take care
Like the commentators.
If I were his backup,
I'd say that.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 16 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job seeing he got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Yeah, that's my quarterback. He said, yeah, he just did that.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And some room to maneuver. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they got themselves a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
It is going to be a long afternoon. They keep opening up for me.
And they go back to Harris. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again.
You should have seen him run at Bama. Bruh. Y'all remember Najee Harris when he was at Alabama? He was unstoppable, bruh. Unstoppable. I'm gonna show y'all something familiar.
Harris running straight ahead.
Not yet. I was setting it up. But I wouldn't. Not yet.
Those lanes that were there earlier in the drive, dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal. Harris.
Gotcha.
Take this into the end zone for a touchdown. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in have to report like they're eligible. Well, all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point.
Oh my God.
His kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We're watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with the knee, I don't know.
That's my English teacher right there.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
It's a jet sweep. This is Adams.
Jesus.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On 2nd down, this is Harris.
Are you serious?
Right at the 40. Gain of 3. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
It's not.
Are going to get him as he goes down. Draymond Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
The crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Allen's
they got it.
Taken in by Diggs.
Oh my.
Diggs. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. First to find Diggs, he can do a lot of things, CD. He can be a possession-type receiver. He can take the top off a defense, or he can do what we saw right there, make a catch, and then turn it into a big game. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And you know, there's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to...
Charger football to start quarter #2. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He hits Adams, good play. On the move past the 40. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. 39 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They hand this off to Harris. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring it down. The Chargers at 7-3 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, it's all on display in that victory.
68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Gotcha.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Chargers have regained the lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
They get loud. They get really loud with
Now a hit and a loose football.
the crowd gets really loud when the quarterback runs it.
Was nearly disaster.
And the way that
You don't see that a lot anymore. I mean, you see that sometimes with like Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert sometimes, but other than that, you don't really see it.
Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one.
I mean, Mac Jones did it every now and then, but he's not a starter. I don't even know where Mac Jones is.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. it completes to Khalil Shakir. He'll take this
Khalil Shakir.
field before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Allen. And Davis has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
But they do convert. Or not.
There, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and the deficit will stay at 2 field goals.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I hope Tyreek Hill gonna be over.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll run with Harris. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football. Caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. They run with Harris, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And it's complete to Adams. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Herbert has it knocked free. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys
Are you kidding me?
Well, give some credit.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video
Yeah, that was just a sack. That was just a sack. Either way they got it good. Because either way it was a sack or an interception. So either way it was good for them. It was a sack. That's good.
Fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And he takes it.
There we go.
Justin Herbert with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And they're able to add on to their advantage. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, look, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy not as athletic as the guy who's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown.
See how loud they are? They like to see the quarterback run.
Get this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay,
Are you
do we still want to
kidding me?
in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can get a little bit closer this time.
No.
Get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To the air, Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox.
I'm surprised that wasn't. Passing. I mean, roughing the pass.
Stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
That was actually very surprising. I thought he was going to get called for it.
To gain the first here. Again, they'll throw with Allen. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. On play action, Allen. And the Chargers rush is going to get.
You really think we're going to do?
Now another timeout called for by the offense.
You really think we're going to fall for that? Why would you run it right there? Why would you run it?
In the first half.
That's so dumb.
Another try after the first down sack.
That's another one. What is that? That Bosa? That's Bosa, baby.
Multiple defenders. When you're down a couple of scores like this, you can't afford too many plays.
Oh, that's Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, baby. Ah. That's Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, baby.
And just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
On third down, they go with Singletary. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
Are you kidding me?
Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll start our tour out in the city of Angels, Los Angeles, and it's the Giants who are out in front in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Tua Tagovailoa. From there, we head east to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Mixon, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. Breece Hall,
42-7
run in the victory. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gutton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. And
Brandon Gutton.
Quarter number 3. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football.
You look like a Brandon Gutton.
Underway on EA Sports. Taking in at the 3.
Oh, by the way, fuck Trump, fuck ICE, and
the Bills offense set to take over to begin
fuck this war.
Charles, it'll be interesting.
I don't stand for none of it.
This offense made in the locker room haven't really been able to get
clearing out the just clearing out the people I don't want to be here.
Something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here.
How do we let him get away from that?
Ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard.
But yeah, I said that to clear out some people I don't want to be here. There's some there's a certain number of certain people I interact with, and some people I don't, and I don't want bullies to think they're safe here. So I say some things to get bullies going. That's the second time we've done that. Stop letting him get away.
To throw, it's Allen. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down.
But yeah, every so often I like to make sure that bullies know that they're not safe here. I don't do bullies. I don't do racism. I don't do sexism. I don't do misogyny. I don't do homophobia. I don't do transphobia. None of it is allowed here. I don't stand for none of that.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
Ableism.
And he's brought down. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I think he has to be saying to himself,
so just so y'all know,
wind up a touchdown. Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to
if you are any of those,
it's not going to get there.
Do some research.
Great shape with first and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
If you are for that, do some research and either get better or leave. I'm not going to be nice to you if you're rude to other people. Like what?
We know where we are, but sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score.
I normally don't get political on my YouTube channel, but I got to start doing it. Because there have been people thinking that they can, you know, be crazy on my channel. So I got to let them know that, nah. If you're okay with what the president is doing, get out. I don't want you here. You can call me mean all you want. Please, I didn't do any of the stuff that he did. So it's like, if you think what I said is mean, you're the problem. And my question is, how is his wife okay with all of this? I mean, I know she's not all the way there in the head either, but like at the same time, it's like
out of the gun, Herbert, and this one complete to Smith, and he is going to have the charge.
She's the most misogynistic dude on the planet Earth. What the fuck is going on? How do you have a husband that does like over like even half of the stuff that he has done and just be like, yep, that's my dude, that's my lover boy. I don't see how people are okay with being married to these people.
That's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. They gotta get it to the
all of them are messed up in the head. All of them.
Now it's Herbert.
Dang it!
Trying to get it to Adams, but
I threw it to the wrong person. I threw it to the wrong person. But yeah, I don't see how anybody in their right mind could be okay with anything that's going on, bro. Like what?
The 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
On first down. They stick with Singletary. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 61 yards rushing for him now.
Most of the federal government are not people. They're like lizard reptiles or whatever.
They come up on 2nd and inches.
They're like reptiles.
Singletary again. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Like some cold-blooded creatures or whatever. You cannot convince that they're humans. Because if you ask me, humans don't act like this.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Real humans don't.
37. They work on 2nd and 6.
It's whatever.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle.
I'm not going to go into detail, but look at what's happening in Kansas.
7 yards there and a first down.
Look what they're doing in Tennessee and Florida. Look what they're doing in Florida. Look up pregnancy laws in Florida.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
I tried to tell everybody I could.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6
But yeah,
yards here if they hope to move the chains.
I don't know. They just look at what's happening in Florida.
Allen gonna throw.
Like the most baffling thing that's happening is happening in Florida.
I love the drive they're working on here because
They're doing some messed up stuff in Florida.
and so far in this drive,
I wish I could go into specifics,
defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
but I want the algorithm to get out there. You know what I'm saying? I want people to know what I'm talking about without saying it. You know, I want to get my message out to the algorithm.
As we begin quarter number 4. And he's got his man.
Oh my God!
Touchdown Bills. Dawson Knox, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bills are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they...
I'm going to use cold language when I'm talking about politics, so my message can still get out there. Because they suppress people, so... And plus they're in control of all media, so... Gotta make sure my message gets out there. I got a code word. Because they're dumb. They can hear that I'm using code words and still not know what those code words mean. There's way too many people on the field.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Are you kidding?
Rashawn Slater, first-round pick in 2021, guilty there. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
Oh my! You know what? Screw this.